Hey class, it's Mr. Dow. I wanted to just get back with you on one other place where you could find sources for paper number two. I think right now I'm getting a lot of sources that are okay, but they don't go in depth enough on your topics to really help you as much as the sources should be helping you. As a rule of thumb, you really only want to quote material when it is providing you information that you could not get without actually having done the research. So again, I'm going to go back to the Hayden Memorial Library. I'd like to see what we can get more out of the citrus databases than we have been so far. I'm getting most of my sources I'm seeing are coming from Google, and that's sometimes is what sometimes is causing us an issue. Go to databases. I'm only interested in one right here. I just want to talk about the one under J, and that's JSTOR. This is a pretty good overall database that draws on many different categories that relate to school, and everything on here is usable. Let's take a look at JSTOR. Also, the reason I go with this is that it's very easy to search JSTOR and to start limiting your searches and getting something very specific to your topic. So what I did on this one, I was interested in researching single-parent families and how that relates to education and poverty. So I started with this. I started with single-parent families and poverty. So I said, just tell me, give me everything you got about single-parent families and poverty. That could be causes, that could be effects, that could be whatever. And you see this happens always in JSTOR. You get tons and tons of search results. So it's most of what you're trying to do is limit them. First thing I do is limit them by the date. I'm going to go 1990 to 2018 just because I'm trying to go just before Hoop Dreams to kind of a modern search. So I apply that. I go from my 16,000. Now I have 11,800. All right, now I'm going to start searching within those results. That was my initial query, single-parent families and poverty. Now I'm just going to let's limit that to African American families, since again I am using what I started with in Hoop Dreams. All right, African American families. Now I'm down to about 6,000 results. Let's get more specific. I'm interested not in single dad families. Actually, I'm interested in families where there's an absent father. So I'm going to do it in absent fathers in those African American families. Down to 1,200 results, and I think now it's getting pretty specific. Let's get even more specific though. Let's talk about in there, what are the effects on children? Again, this is just I'm just searching that 1,200, I only got 1,100. Notice up here at the top, it is keeping track of every single thing I've put in there, so I can see what my my searching record has been. And you can kind of see a little bit, like if I just look at these first things that came up, because they are sorted by relevance right now. Poverty among multiracial children of single mothers, getting close. Fragile families, reproduction of poverty. Educational outcomes for African American students in single versus dual parent families. That's kind of exactly what I was going for here. Good father. So I could draw stuff right here and keep going. Or I can search within the results, see about some other things. For example, I wrote effects on children. What if the effect I'm interested in is increased chances of drug abuse? All right, let's just see. What do you have out of those 1,100 articles? Do you have anything that gets that specific? 268 articles, and some of them are the ones that already came up, so they had stuff that I wanted in there. Let's see, low-income fathers, impact of economic hardship and family psychological distress. I think I'm getting almost exactly what I want here, and if it's not exactly what I want, perhaps it's going to guide me a little bit in refining my paper, because I'll go with the topics I do have. Well, that's exactly what I'm looking for. So I've got 2 or 3 articles right here about psychological effects of having no father involved in the family in an African American family. So that's a lot. That's pretty good. And this is helping me. And everything in here is probably going to be a little more in-depth than what I was finding on Google, which is why I would recommend that you try to use this resource at least once. Okay? So that's all I was trying to do here. This is JSTOR. It's on the Citrus Library database. Everything you find here is usable and is very easy to use. So yeah, keep going. Let me know if you're having other troubles. I will return with more screencasts. All right.